Ladies and gentlemen, this is Andrew Snorton with Creative Community Solutions in partnership with Status Network. We are here at Coolray Field, the home of the Gwinnett Stripers, a AAA affiliate of the Atlanta Braves, and we've got Alex Dickerson joining us. Alex, how are you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing well. Just another day here in August.
Okay. In August, they talk about it being the dog days of summer. What's one of the things that you're doing just to stay prepared physically and mentally? Because like you said, today we got a little bit of a break, but it's usually a lot worse.
Yeah, mainly you're just staying overhydrated as much as possible. You can't even keep up with it, especially in the South. So I hadn't had to do this in a long time, probably like 8 years or so. So I had to reacquaint myself with electrolytes and, hydrating throughout the day, even when you don't feel like you need it.
Awesome. Well, that's not only just good for players, but just in general. So I'm going to borrow that if that's okay. Now, of course, every year it's about how do I improve my game? What's one aspect of your offensive game that you feel like you're making solid progress with?
I don't know. It's just a slow progression. I've been dealing with mechanical issues now for about 1.5 years, and then that happens, and you just kind of battle through that. In my case, I'm in a spot where I'm starting to feel competitive again, but I still know there's a few more tweaks here to kind of get to where I want to be, and it's just about coming in every day and trying to compete.
Okay, defensively, what's one aspect of your defensive game that you feel like, yes, I'm closer to where I want to be?
I'd say at this point in my career, it's just my knowledge, seeing swings and being able to position myself and to put myself in a better place compared to what our pitcher is doing and what I think the hitter might do. I think that's where defensively, where maybe if I wasn't as fast as I was when I'm young, I'm a lot smarter than I was.
Okay. One thing they always talk about, team camaraderie, team chemistry. At this level, just being one level below the major leagues, there's usually, a lot of movement. People going up, people going down, things along those lines. What's one thing that you feel like you and your teammates have done to help, maintain chemistry, maintain focus?
We like to mess around with each other. We kind of take shots at each other, little jabs. I think that's just kind of the clubhouse atmosphere we're all accustomed to, and it keeps things light. And this job can be very depressing if you take it too seriously. So yeah, I'm kind of an advocate of anytime you're in the locker room, you can joke about anything, and it's all fair game. And that's kind of the atmosphere you create, and to try to take some of the stress off of the reality of coming out here and having to deal with every day your numbers attached to your dream, and that's something that a lot of people don't have to do in their everyday lives that we have to deal with. So you got to find a way to make it fun.
You just mentioned pursuit of your dream. Kind of, if you can, walk through not only just you pursuing your dream in regards to playing a game you love, but just the larger theme of, hey, if you've got a dream, here's why you should pursue it.
I mean, any tall dream that you have, like, want to be in the major leagues, or you want to be a executive of some business or something, it seems like an impossible mountain to climb, and I think you got to figure out a way to keep that in your mind and take the small wins along the way to kind of motivate you. And I think with baseball, it's kind of structured where you got all the different levels, you got all the different things to work on, and you got to take the victories where you get them. A lot of times guys will have a decent season and be hung up on all the things they didn't do instead of all the things they did do, and I think that kind of helps push you forward and get you away from that. The reality is looking up at that dream, it is a mountain, and it seems impossible, and the numbers will tell you it's next to impossible, but you go in there and you work hard every day, you believe in your ability, that's the only way you have a shot to make it.
Okay, last question, and it kind of ties in with one of the things you just said about maintaining your perspective. What is, I'll say, one piece of advice you'd want to give to, let's say, younger players, and that's collegiate, even, different levels of minor league baseball, American Legion, even coaches? What's one takeaway that you'd like to leave with people?
Always be ready to learn. I think a lot of times, especially you see coaches get into this phase and you can see older players get into this phase, you never know everything about this game. The game is always adjusting. It's adjusting to what you have learned. And if you're not actively looking for a new edge or something to be more competitive or trying to change the game in some certain way, a lot of times you miss it and you fall behind. So being able to keep up with those trends is about a willingness to learn, looking for advantages, doing something different. You can't ever lose that edge. You've never made it, as far as I'm concerned. Any Hall of Fame manager will tell you they learned all the way up until the last day, and that's the reality of the people that are good in this game.
Alex, I tell you what, I thank you for taking time out of your pregame routine. Thank you for dropping, some gems. So best wishes for today. Best wishes for the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for having me.